what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the film Halloween Ends. Now this is the third film in the recent Halloween trilogy, which takes place after the original 1978 Halloween film, which is my all-time favorite film. Now this film again is directed by David Gordon Green, and of course it follows like Halloween from 2018 and Halloween Kills from 2021. So this is the final film of this particular trilogy, and of course we know that these three films retcon like all like the Halloween films except the original film. They are basically direct sequels to the original John Carpenter film from 1978. Now again, you have Jamie Lee Curtis in the role of like Laurie Strode. You also have Andi Matichak, who returns as Allison, and you know she's Laurie's granddaughter from Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. You also have James Drew Corden, who returns as Michael Myers the Shape, and there are other like returning like characters and actors and actresses too in the film as well. Like Will Patton returns as Deputy Frank Hawkins, and other ones too. Kyle Richards as Lindsay Wallace. She returns too again from like the previous film like Halloween Kills. Now this film right here, it takes place 4 years after the events of Halloween Kills. So we was always wondering what they was going to do with that particular like story arc, because where did Michael Myers go for all these particular like years? Being that he was like, if you haven't seen Halloween Kills, you know, if you saw what happened to him at the end of that film, dang, you know, what happened to him. But suppose now, this is kind of like spoiler territory, but I'm still trying not to spoil the film too much. Apparently, the film is like 4 years later. Michael Myers had supposedly like vanished after the events of Halloween Kills. He had supposedly vanished. No one knows what happened to him, and so on. Now, at the same time, Laurie Strode herself, she's actually still living in Haddonfield with her granddaughter Allison, and at the same time she's also writing a memoir about what's going on with her life and so on and everything like that. You also get to see little flashbacks to like the original film and all the other films, but basically the original film Halloween 2018 and Kills, you know. Into this, she tells you about the events that happened in those particular films. So I think that's pretty cool. She also mentions that no one knew what happened to Michael Myers, and so he just like vanished. And at the same time, being that Michael Myers has vanished, he left like this impact on the community of Haddonfield, where you can see people that commit suicide and other kind of things like that too as well. Now I don't want to spoil the film too much, but there are other things about the film too as well that really make it stand out. Because one of like the new characters of the film is this character known as Corey Cunningham, and he's played by Rohan Campbell. Now he's like the new character of this film, like this new Halloween film. Now his character is supposedly accused of killing like a young boy, and we get to see what happened with that in the film. I'm not going to spoil what happened, and it was kind of cool the way they actually did that particular scene, because we get to see what did happen to him and why he was accused of killing like this young boy named Jeremy that he was babysitting. Because even Jeremy like was obsessed with like Michael Myers. He was saying that Michael Myers kills like babysitters, not kids, and so on. It was like a kind of funny moment, you know. Now I must admit that kind of point of the film, like at kind of at the beginning of the film, it's kind of like slow pace. I must admit at that point that I wasn't really feeling until like the accident happens. Now I don't want to touch on it too much, but eventually everybody believes that Corey himself, because he gets away with it supposedly, you know. But the way it happened, you know, I don't want to get into it too much. It was really like an accident the way the boy died, you know, even though Corey was kind of involved in it. So the community are against him and so on. Even Laurie Strode and Allison, all of them even know about Corey as well. But somehow he still ends up working like a junk shop, I think, that's like run by his father, I think. Well, not his father, but one of something like that. But I don't want to go into that too much. But then he's constantly getting bullied and all that kind of stuff and everything like that. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. I don't want to like ruin what happens in the film. But eventually, he is like himself kind of becomes obsessed with Michael Myers, you know. And then, you know, you can kind of get a whiff of it if you've been keeping up what's going on with the film. You will know what's going on with this particular character. But anyway, eventually, like Michael Myers and Laurie Strode, they do have like their eventual like showdown and all that kind of stuff. But the film, I thought it was solid. It was still kind of off, and it seems like it's very like dramatic, you know. The way they actually filmed this particular film, you wouldn't even think that it was like a straight up horror film, and it does feel like very similar to a Halloween from 2018, you know, instead of Halloween Kills, which is like a stream of like kills, like non-stop kills and everything. Now this is like spoiler territory too. I didn't want to really touch on this. If it is revealed that Michael Myers has been living like underground, like in this like sewer type area, and you can see that that he just been living there. You can tell he has, like, I guess gotten older, because there's a moment where, like, where Corey, like, kind of confronts him, and you can tell that Mike is, like Michael Myers is kind of, like, weak and so on. I guess he's still aging and so on, even though it's, like, 4 years later, and somehow, like, Corey's, like, character, I don't know what it is, he gets so obsessed with, like, Michael Myers, you know, he wants to become like him, he even try to take his mask and all that kind of stuff. But it was like a solid kind of scene. I thought some of those moments were kind of off because I don't like how Michael Myers seemed like weak and so on. But I guess because he was like aging, you know. But James Jude Court, I thought he did like a solid job as Michael Myers, and he does still get his own kills into as well. I don't want to spoil the film, but I just leave it at that. But overall, it was a pretty entertaining film, and it was nice to see some of the victims that we thought had died, like on Halloween Kills. This is spoiler territory, I'm not going to really say who. Some of them did actually survive. Like, whoa. And I was kind of suspecting that they probably did survive because you didn't really see them completely die. In Halloween Kills, they show up in this film. Now, Will Patton, he's in the film too, as well as Frank Hawkins, and he has like a couple of moments. You can tell he's gotten better, and it's like he's kind of developing like a relationship with Laurie Strode too, as well. And I thought Jamie Lee Curtis was again solid and awesome in her role as Laurie Strode. You can tell that she has moved on. She's trying to live her life and get past all these things, like what the history of what Michael Myers did and all that kind of stuff like that. There's also like other characters like a DJ and all that. Now it does seem like he was kind of like there for no reason. Like the DJ there that's running like this radio tower, he seems like he's there for like no reason. And I thought Annie Matichak as Allison, she had like a lot of good time. You could tell she has conflicts with Laurie Strode, still thinking about like the killings and all that kind of stuff like that. She didn't want to be. She wanted to get away from that, and she actually develops a relationship with Corey, and even knows what Corey supposedly had did too, like the boy Jeremy that had died. But overall, the film, it had some like nice solid kills in it. It was kind of awesome, and the showdown, like I said, with Michael Myers' Laurie Strode, it was pretty cool. And I ain't gonna touch on it, but oh yeah, I just leave it down and spoil at the end of the film. But overall, it was a pretty solid film. I thought it was like great, you know. And like I said, I don't think it was as good as Halloween Kills, in my opinion, but it seemed like it was kind of on par with Halloween from 2018. So yeah, I would definitely recommend for fans like these recent Halloween films. So I'm giving my Halloween Ends. I'm giving this a C+. And like I said, I thought it was still like I still kind of enjoyed it. It just was really, really entertaining. I thought Kills was actually much better for me, though. That was just a bunch of like killing and so on. But yeah, I'm giving this a C+. And this is my review for Halloween Ends. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.